My name is Zoe. I'm a student in the AP Capstone program at Lisgar. AP Capstone is a program that teaches students how to do their own primary research and then supports them in conducting their own year-long primary research project. For my project, I'm looking into the upcycled fashion industry in Ontario and Quebec, specifically looking at the barriers that are preventing this industry from growing. In the past 20 years, clothing consumption has increased by 60%, mostly thanks to the rise of quickly and cheaply produced clothing known as fast fashion. This is taking a huge toll on the environment. The fashion industry accounts for 10% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions and regularly uses toxic chemicals that contribute to water contamination and natural habitat damage. As styles are coming in and out of fashion faster than ever, unwanted clothing is piling up in people's closets, in warehouses, and in landfills the world over. Thankfully, consumers are increasingly aware of the problems of fast fashion and are demanding sustainable alternatives. They're also donating more clothes than ever, but unfortunately, despite these good intentions, 99% of these clothes aren't resold and just end up in landfills anyways because there are very few viable methods of textile recycling available. That said, there is one way you can reduce waste, known as upcycling, also known as redesigning, where unwanted clothing is taken apart and used to create new items. There's already a small upcycling industry in Canada, particularly in urban areas like Toronto and Montreal. However, what I want to see is why, given the increasing demand for sustainable clothing, this industry isn't larger. I hypothesize that this industry is unable to scale because it faces barriers on several fronts, including a lack of usable clothing, low consumer demand for the kinds of products upcycling creates, a lack of skilled labor within Canada to make these clothes, and low consumer tolerance for high prices that upcycled clothes sell for. I will be doing this research through a combination of informative interviews and consumer surveys. The interviews will be with business owners, designers, and sewists who can give me the inside scoop on the problems in the industry. And the surveys will be of consumers in the target demographic for most upcycled clothes to gauge their demand for sustainable clothing and for upcycled clothes. Once I collect my data, I will analyze it from a systems perspective, meaning that I'll be focusing on how different factors within the industry, like consumer demand, supply chains, government regulations, and availability of skilled labor affect each other. The systems perspective means that I'm not just looking at these individual entities, I'm looking at the way they interact, how they affect each other, and this will allow me to isolate the key barriers that are preventing this industry from growing. Once I've isolated these barriers, it'll be a lot easier for me to give suggestions on how to improve this industry and how they can overcome these issues. My aim is for the results of my study to aid in increasing the limited amount of Canada-specific information on this issue, and to give enterprises and business owners information that will help them increase sustainable clothing consumption in Canada.